Hola clase, Senor Wicks here. Thanks for tuning in. This video is an introduction to conjugating verbs in Spanish. There are three types of verbs in Spanish: AR and ER and IR verbs. Whenever you encounter a word in Spanish that ends in either AR or ER or IR, it's probably a verb. Unlike English, Spanish verbs change with each person, meaning first, second, or third person, whether singular or plural. Usually English only changes in the third person singular position, like when we add S to walk, when we say he walks. Otherwise, to walk is unchanged. I walk, we walk, you walk, they walk. But she or he or it walks with an S on it. Spanish verbs change, though, in every position. But fortunately, they follow a pattern. So all you have to do is to know the pattern. This video will deal with AR verbs, but many of the concepts presented here will also apply to ER and IR verbs. Before we get started, let's do a bit of a grammar review. What is a pronoun? It is a word that takes the place of a noun. Instead of saying, for example, Ernesto did this, I could say he did this. Let's look at the subject pronouns in Spanish. Those Spanish words that correspond to I or we or you singularly or you plural, as in y'all or you guys, he or she and they. The Spanish pronouns are yo for I, nosotros means we, tú is the familiar form of you, vosotros, which is only used in Spain, and the familiar way of saying the plural you, as in you guys or y'all. Then there's usted, which is the formal you, él for he, ella for she, ustedes for y'all, you plural, and is both formal in Spain but informal and formal in Latin America. These are also our first, second, and third person positions. Now, if you need more help with first, second, and third person, look at my other video dedicated to this subject. The way we conjugate a verb in Spanish is to take the stem of the infinitive and add the appropriate ending for the correct person. The unchanged form of a verb is the infinitive. In English, the infinitive is the verb with to in front of it, like to walk or to see. The first step is to recognize the stem of the infinitive. To do that, you remove the AR from the infinitive, and what is left is the stem. Our first example is the verb for to speak, which is hablar. Remove the AR, and that leaves the stem of hablar as HABL. All regular AR verbs will follow this pattern. For yo, you add an O to the stem. For hablo, which means I speak. For nosotros, you add amos to the stem for hablamos, which means we speak. For tú, you add as to the stem for hablas, which means you speak. For él or ella or usted, you drop that s and add only an a for habla, which means he or she or you speak. For our third person plural, ellos, ellas, and ustedes, we add an an to the stem for hablan, which can mean they speak or y'all speak. A special note, oftentimes in teaching Spanish in the U.S., teachers leave off the vosotros form because that's only used in Spain. For informational purposes, here would be vosotros habláis. Going forward, I'll also leave off the vosotros form. Here's what hablar looks like conjugated with a little less busy diagram. Yo hablo, nosotros hablamos, tú hablas, él, ella, usted habla, ellos, ellas, ustedes hablan. Let's look at another example. The verb tomar means either to drink or to take. You remove the AR to get the stem, TOM, and to that you add the appropriate ending. So for I drink, it's yo tomo. We drink is nosotros tomamos. You drink is tú tomas. He drinks, él toma, and for they drink, ellos toman. Here's another useful verb, necesitar, which means to need. You get the stem by removing the AR, so it would be necesite, and to that you add the appropriate ending. So for I need, it would be yo necesito. We need, nosotros necesitamos. You need, tú necesitas. You formal, you need, usted necesita. Or he or she needs is él or ella necesita. And of course, they need is ellos or ellas necesitan. Also, y'all or you guys need, ustedes necesitan. Our last example for AR verbs is contestar, which means to answer, like answer a question. Of course, the stem would be contest, and to this you would add the appropriate endings. So, I answer would be yo contesto, we answer would be nosotros contestamos, you answer would be tú contestas, he or she answers would be él or ella contesta, they answer would be ellos contestan. And finally, y'all answer would be ustedes contestan. A special note, those hyphens that you see in this slide separating the stems and the endings in the diagram are only there to emphasize the construction. In real usage or in real writing, you would not have a hyphen there. So there you have it, conjugating regular AR verbs. Get out your Spanish-English dictionary and find some verbs of things that you like to do and make some sentences. Thanks for watching, and see you in class.